Morning, guys. How's it going? Sorry about yesterday. We didn't get one of these out. We were busy getting to the boat and doing other things. And some sailing on, which was nice. Big picture. This is the GFS. Starting to look at this is on start time. And looking a little closer now. The highs are getting closer between the two models. This is now ECMWF. Back to GFS. And GFS believes that the high is going to kind of sit there, move a little bit north, and that is good for us. Keeps us close to the run line, especially this is July 7th, so that's nice. We want to stay away from these big gaps here, come up in these areas here. You'll see that when I show the things, the routing. But then we get some around the 9th. It gets a little bit spacey here, spacious. So down to 12 knots there, 15. That's still pretty good though. That's good, not like good speeds. And then this is back to the beginning. This is what ECMWF thinks. And as you can see, the high for them stays a little bit further south. And the millibars are spread out a little bit more, or sorry, the isobars are spread out a little bit more. So with those guys, so they're going to probably want us to come, as you'll see, we'll be farther south on the ECMWF, which has been a consistent for the last few days. It's been just kind of keep us farther south as we go. And this is all the way through to June 8th at about 2300 our time. You can see now we're looking at 12 knots there, 15 as we get down here. So, you know, they're going to want to keep us away from here, which is up at 10 knots based on our current polars. We'll see what the new polars do. Hopefully we get those today or tomorrow in there. So the routing itself, that's going to show is going to be GFS high is keeping us a little closer to the north because it feels that the high will be farther north. ECMWF thinks that the high will be further south, so that because of that, that's the reason why we have these routings that take us there. As for time, it's the bottom two numbers here, so it's 14, sorry, I'll zoom in, 14 days, 5 hours, or 13 days, 5 hours. And as you can see, looking up that normally, oh, there's one where GFS fell behind, but most of the time, ECMWF is behind. And I've noticed that for even the Newport Ensenada races, Sydney to Hobart's, ECMWF always seems to have lower wind speeds forecasted than GFS. So that's that part. Oops, I don't know why I just did that. Mark 52. We'll get rid of that later. Now zooming in on the start. Oops, both of them have us right north of the island. This has been consistent too. GFS is always seems to have us up here and then coming down. That's been consistent for the last few days as well. I'll get back to the actual start time, which is right here, plus 1 more hour. There we go. So ECMWF has a little more stable wind, and that's why it thinks we can just go straight across. And we're looking at 5, 6 knots coming across, where GFS has us at very light winds, often, well, still 5 or 6 knots, but more to the south. And that's why it has us reaching across this way and then tacking down through here. So that's the reason for that one. Sorry, blocking your thing. And if you look at our timeline here, we're looking at, here we come out of the gate, and let's say that that's going to be at, what's that, 0200? 0200 minus 7 is going to be 7 o'clock, right? 7 p.m. Did I get that right? Maybe. So 2 and then 5, yeah. So 7 o'clock p.m. Both models have us crossing the north side of Catalina. So still daylight when we're going around them. Speaking of daylight, I'll give you guys data here shortly, but basically we're lucky on this year that the moon is going to be out for the majority of the race, including, I think it's from the 5th to the 6th. I'll get the data out to everybody. From the 5th to the 6th, almost to the end, or it might be the 7th, all the way to the end, we're going to have a full moon for most of the nights. So that makes sailing and trying to spot these thunderstorms that might, squalls that come up from behind us. It'd be nice to have those. That's about when we get to that area. So it'd be nice to have those, to have that full moon to help us out at night to try to avoid some of those. But I'll get all that data out here shortly from the Nautical Almanac that tells us how much moon we'll have. Yeah, and that's about it here. If you got any questions, please post. Thanks.